Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Do We Know Them? Episode 213, question mark?
Yes, actually, it's 213.
Cool. Awesome. Welcome.
We are coming to you after the TikTok ban, so it's an interesting time because a lot happened. The last time we filmed, we didn't know what was going to happen with TikTok, and now we do. And can I just say, weakest flop of the century. What the fuck was that? I'm so annoyed. What a dumb show that I didn't sign up for. I want out of here now.
It wasn't even 12 hours.
14. It was 14.
Oh,
Not
really?
me counting.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, it was pretty
and I did
anticlimactic.
join Red Note in the meantime because I was struggling. Embarrassingly enough, yes, I watch YouTube videos, I watch podcasts and stuff. But before I do that, I usually watch like long form content as I'm falling asleep. Like to fall asleep. Not because I don't enjoy it, but I don't know, that's how I do it. And I scroll while I'm still awake. And dude, I don't know what to tell you. I was suffering and then I downloaded Red Note and it just wasn't the same. And then it came back. And I was like, oh, okay.
You definitely weren't alone because, I scroll on Instagram unintentionally. And the amount of people I was seeing on Instagram, that I'm like, I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh yeah, we all had no
Everyone
choice.
coming over being like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, fucking meta. Anyway, a bunch of shit happened. It basically kicked everyone out if you're in the US, obviously. If you don't know, TikTok got banned in the US for like 20 seconds. And if you were on the app, I think it started going dark as
It was like
of
8:30
11.
Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah, I just was confused because I knew it was coming, but I also didn't know that they were going to like ban it and then also simultaneously lick Donald Trump's asshole. I didn't know that that was happening at the same time.
Okay, well, also, we were under the impression that maybe it wasn't going to go dark. It was just going to be like you couldn't update it. But like it literally was like you could not use it. And this message came up that we'll put on screen. And it was like, oh, well, lucky for us, like, fortunately, we have Donald Trump working to bring it back. And it's like, wait a second. I seem to remember him being the reason this happened to begin with.
I was talking to Alex about this, and he has so many quarrels with the government, honestly, as most people do. And he was telling me, he's just like, dude, I can't fucking stand the government creating a problem and then acting like they're the solution.
Literally,
Bitch, we're not dumb.
That was the whole thing. I was like,
we are,
he is
but
literally acting like our savior for the problem that he created. Like, what do you mean?
it's so annoying.
When I wanted to disable TikTok 3 years ago, I was met with opposition from rhinos, Democrats, and everyone else. They actually went to court in an effort to stop me.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok. We may be doing some other things. There are a couple of options, but a lot of things are happening. So we'll see what happens. But we are looking at a lot of alternatives with respect to TikTok.
We gave them until September 15th. After that, they got to close shop. Okay? That's TikTok.
TikTok is one thing that we're doing, and we just, I don't know, maybe I would have done that anyway. I don't know. It could have been affected by this.
It's like the same as if you went and like slashed my tires, but then like brought me to get new tires.
Yeah.
No, but it's
like,
fine.
well, you have tires now. Why are you complaining?
It's like
you're
because I had to
welcome.
go a day without them. What do you mean?
Yeah, genuinely, I feel like TikTok being picked on was more so of an attack on the community that has been built through TikTok.
Well, and it was
the
just xenophobic.
movements that have been made. A lot of people, like my dad, for instance, learns about Venezuela and like what's happening there with Maduro in ways that the news doesn't touch on for like a week. It's a way for people to get access in real time to shit that's happening in the world. And I don't think they like that very much. Not to sound conspiratorial.
No, but here was the rich part is like because I posted on my Instagram story to show like it literally Donald Trump was the one who issued the like, this is a national emergency back in 2020 about it. And I look and he's like, there's like debunked conspiracy theories that support the Chinese Communist Party, blah, blah. And I was like, have you been on Twitter recently? Oh, but like, did those not matter because they benefit the American Republican Party?
No, honestly, I'm over it. I'm over the facade that people are painting. I'm over, like, literally, I signed up for Red Note because I don't give a fuck about my data because Apple has sold my data to anyone who will fucking have it. So I don't give a shit. Agree to all the cookies. Let me scroll. It is the one thing that keeps me sane. Go away. Like, genuinely, I'm so annoyed. I'm not thanking anybody. You could thank this ass and genuinely leave us alone. Thank you. So anyway, it came back and then they were like, thank you, President Trump. It's like that TikTok. Did you see that one that's like, President Trump, save us if you could hear us? You know that TikTok? That's how everyone, like, I feel like was feeling.
It felt pretty dystopian. No. I was like, is this a joke? Like, what do you mean?
It felt eerie.
Yeah.
And it should feel eerie because
he's trying to rewrite history.
Yeah, and they count on people to just kind of believe what's directly in front of them. And again, I am not a conspiracy person. I am not a person that's like, oh no, what's going on?
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's just like wrong. Like, what do you mean?
Can everybody just leave us the fuck alone? Actually, leave us alone.
Well, also,
And
I'm
especially
like,
you, Trump.
maybe people wouldn't hate Instagram so much if you didn't ignore every request that your users make and instead introduce things that like no one wanted or asked for. How long have we all been just being like, can you put it in chronological order again? No.
Maybe
Nope.
everyone wouldn't hate Instagram so much if it wasn't owned by Mark Bootiesburg.
Well,
like, I
if he
fucking
at
can't
least
stand
made
his
it a
ass.
better experience, I think people would like overlook that. But no, he just like keeps doing weird shit.
Anyway, they all sat like first row at his inauguration. Very
Jeff
weird.
Bezos,
I'm scared.
Zuckerberg, and Elon. Oh my
Dude,
God.
doesn't it look like a villain, like a comedy villain? Like if you've ever watched like Daredevil or something, like, and you just see those villains that look like almost like they're wearing a lot of makeup and they're just there, like that's what they all looked like to me, and it was very scary.
And I know people don't like when we talk politics, and this isn't even trying
come
to do
on.
that. No, but did you see the Elon Musk like Nazi salute?
Oh no, it was a Roman salute,
I
Lily.
can't
Everybody knows
even
that.
with the
Everybody
people
knows
arguing
that.
about it. I'm like,
Do it in public.
yeah, it was like
expeditiously and see what happens.
looks like a Nazi salute to me.
Do it in public, actually in Germany where it's banned.
I
Do
liked
in
it
public
when
there. See what
their
happens.
argument was like, well, no, but he said like from the bottom of my heart, like thank you or something. I was like, that doesn't matter. What are you talking about?
Also, okay, this is not even politics anymore. It's just like Billy Ray Cyrus. What the fuck was that?
I just watched
What
you
the
sent
fuck
what
was
you
that?
sent me today, and I was like, oh, this feels like
Yeah,
a TikTok
I literally
voiceover.
sent the like performance of Billy Ray, and I just texted Lily. I'm like, this is grim. Like, what is this? This is, and then he got like escorted off by Secret Service. They like,
Oh my God! Wait,
told
I
him
didn't
to
even.
go away,
Was that at
basically.
the?
yes, at the parade, girl.
I just thought it was a Billy Ray Cyrus concert.
No, he was performing. Oh my God, it's too much. It's too much, guys. Whatever parallel universe we live in, I want to go to the next one.
Yeah, it was like we've hopped
This would not
timelines,
be
and it's a
this.
weird one.
Anyway, okay, guys, sorry about that.
Speaking
little
of people
tidbit,
we
but
don't
also,
love.
oh my God. Well, yeah. So we're actually not going to start with Molly Rutter. I don't think. I think we're gonna
Save the
want
best
to.
for. We could save the best for last.
They're both okay. So we're talking about the TikTok ban overall because we are covering the insane trend that influencers jumped on, which was like, let me admit everything I've lied about right before TikTok's banned for 14 hours, and then everybody comes back and now just knows you're a liar.
I'm
So that's fun.
unsure what the reasoning behind that would be. You're not like leaving social media, even if it was still banned. It's like you just admitted something that like definitely people downloaded, and I'm confused why you think that that's like a get out of jail, like that's your hall pass.
Well, okay, so some of these, by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a sound on TikTok that is from Family Guy, and it's Peter Griffin saying, since we're all gonna die, basically I need to tell you a secret, and you'll hear it now because we have a bunch of them. And then he goes, I did not care for The Godfather, was his secret. And then that is a sound that people use to set up, like, since TikTok's gonna get banned, this is a secret I want to share with you, and then insert secret here. Now, I will say, I get why people would want to jump on the trend if they could with a harmless lie,
Yeah,
which I
no,
think
it's
there's a
funny.
few we're gonna cover today that are not crazy.
No,
at
I think
all.
it's funny when used appropriately, but some people were admitting stuff that I'm like, okay, weird flex.
Right, yeah, there was a few of those. So basically we have these in an order from like more harmless to like it gets worse as the list goes on. Do you want to start with the worst or do you want to go mild and then work our way up?
Let's start with mild.
All right, this first one that we have is from Lazy Pot Noodle. Okay, that's the TikTok account. And you might be asking, what sort of secret could ever come from someone named Lazy Pot Noodle? Well, I'll tell you. Have you ever seen those TikToks where someone's cooking on their bed?
No.
Oh God, I sometimes blissfully forget about the sharp difference in our TikTok for you
In
pages.
their bed?
But, okay, so it'll be like a laptop, like they're watching a show, and then it's on a bed sheet. They'll use like one of those pans that you don't need to be on a stove for. You know what I'm talking
Like a
about? Like
hot
it's like a
plate?
portable pan. No, it's not a hot plate. It's like a pan that like heats itself. It's a thing.
No. Would have come in handy in college.
Exactly. Yeah. So they use all sorts of things. Toaster ovens. They've done like beef Wellingtons, all sorts of dishes that you would never make normally, honestly, ever. And then they make them somehow in their bed.
Okay, that stresses me out so much because
That's what a lot of people think.
I have done
The grease flying everywhere.
Oh my God. Because even like I used to always study in my bed and I'd have like papers and everything like laid out. And even if it starts organized, it never is going to stay organized. And like, then you have to get up
Right.
to go to the bathroom. Then what are you going to do? Then you have to move everything. It's very stressful. So the thought of like electrical wires or like heat or that's too stressful. No. Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
God.
take a look. This is a
Jesus
TikTok of
Christ.
her rating her food. And this is just some of the spreads she's made. Pretty insane. meals, just in general. Damn, that looks so fucking
like
good.
even
What is
just
that,
eating
French
these in my
toast?
bed
Shit.
stresses me out. I'm like, oh my God, you're going to get it everywhere.
I know. My kids leave crumbs everywhere. It's really miserable, honestly.
And then you have to sleep. No.
Yeah, I have a reusable lint roller. It's still not great. But anyway, look at this. Like, they've made some pretty intricate shit.
There was
And
a
it's always
rib
the
volcano
same format.
at the beginning of this.
Yeah, it's like the laptop in front, the whole thing.
Oh my
but
God.
like they are
One just fell on her
shredding the
sheets.
cheese. No, they have fried things where grease is splattering everywhere. And
No.
usually the comments are agreeing with Lily, where it's just like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that in your bed? So cue their secret that she shared.
Horrified.
Take a gander.
It's not a
Since
real
we're
one.
all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
Oh, wait. No, I thought that her secret was that she did cook on a table with a bed sheet.
That would make more sense. Now I'm just horrified.
Not her actually cooking on her bed. Okay, so that's why this is ranked the harm. Okay, I get it now. So people's theory of her has always been that she puts a tablecloth on a bed sheet, but apparently no, she actually cooks on her bed. Interesting.
Well, so I guess hers wasn't a lie. It's
Ew.
just as concerning
Oh,
as it seems.
look
Oh my
at
God,
that.
I hate it. I hate it. Take it away.
Look at that. Oh my God, it's just grease napkins everywhere. A fucking disaster.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
that's
Oh my
foul.
God. Oh my
That's
God.
actually
No,
disgusting.
No, girl, why are you doing this to yourself?
I do think, if I'm not wrong, because I've been seeing comments everywhere. That's why I thought this was going to be her secret, was that she was actually cooking on a table with a bed sheet on
Which
it.
I think everyone would be relieved to find out.
Yes, but also I saw a ton of comments saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe the girl wasn't cooking on her bed. She's cooking on a table with a bed
I
sheet."
think because no one wants to believe she was that much of like a sociopath.
No, I think somebody lied and pretended to be her or something. I don't know. And then she came out with this because I'm telling you, so many people were like, I can't believe that girl doesn't cook on the fucking bed. But like, she does. So I think this was maybe her response to people lying about her. I could be wrong about that lore, but I
can't
think that's
believe
why
that
she
she
did
does
this.
cook on her bed.
Yeah, I know. That grease napkin pile, disgusting,
that's
diabolical.
alarming.
Wish you well, queen. So now we have this girl named Emily, and a quick reminder, I don't know most of these people, okay? This was a trend that so many creators jumped on, and unfortunately, I don't know all of them or their lore.
This is the one she makes really bad logos for businesses, I think.
Oh, bad logos?
It's like she's really like deadpan and like, yeah,
Oh, wait, haven't you shown her before for like a something?
probably.
I'm a graphic designer and I have a baby on the way. That can only mean one thing. The Honest Company asked me to design a diaper, so here it
Yeah,
is.
no, I feel like that's a known joke.
Is her thing
Just
that
she
doesn't-
reveals that she doesn't actually make them.
Okay, so yeah, her energy is very satire, and were people shocked by this? Because I think she's gonna admit that she's not a graphic designer and doesn't do the most hideous designs you've ever seen.
No,
Since
that's
we're
actually
all
really
gonna
funny.
die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
I made the logos ugly on purpose is her lie. Oh my God, the
Clearly.
McDonald's one.
It's funny. That's the whole point.
Oh
She's
my
like, I'm
God.
a graphic designer, blah, blah,
Oh,
but
wait,
it's like,
yes,
no, she's not.
you did bring her up at some point because we talked about how like the brands replaced their pictures with her logos.
Yeah, and I said it was such a good branding thing. Like, it's funny.
Oh my God, the TikTok one.
It's great.
Diabolical. Not that I'm
The
spelling it
numbers.
wrong.
They're being 2-7.
Look at the Windows one. I'm dead.
It's great.
That is so funny.
I love it. She's taking it a step further, and I even love her reveal because it's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody actually believed. I mean, I'm sure there was a few people and they were probably 12. Most people probably didn't believe you. And this is a perfect example of a way to jump on the trend in a way that's not harmful or like admitting that you're a pathological liar and concerning.
Exactly. And it's like, no one thought that she was lying, but she can do it because it's like, oh, that's funny. She's playing into the trend, even though she has no way to contribute to the trend.
Yeah. But anyway, harmless, right? But now let's work our way up. Now we have Nick, and I'm scared. This is his content.
Put a finger down if when you were 14 years old you went to go see Zootopia in theaters on opening night with your mom and you thought it was pretty good. You then proceed to go see it 3 more times in theaters, and when it comes out on Blu-ray the following year, you proceed to watch it 648 times within the span of a year. Then,
Okay.
you would develop an ongoing
Very
bit with your
specific.
friends where you would call Judy Hopps hot as a joke. Fast forward 5 years, you create the TikTok account Judy Hopps Lover 69, which amasses over 400,000 followers within the span of a year. There, you would call Judy Hopps hot as a joke, you would plaster your walls with lewd photos of Judy Hopps as a joke, and you would purchase a 1-to-1 Judy Hopps fursuit replica as a joke. The account would garner so
Joke
much
is going
traction
too
that
far.
the New York Times would
Yep.
contact you and ask you to give a statement on behalf of the furry community. Then, Disney would contact you and ask you to call. And you would be afraid that they would sue you for your terrible, despicable online behavior. But when you call them, they just tell you that you can't sell merch. Fast forward 6 months, and Disney blocks you on all of their social media accounts. Fast forward another 3 months, and you get a trespass warning letter in the mail, stating that if you ever step foot onto any Disney property, they will arrest you promptly. And now,
Okay.
looking back at it, you begin to wonder if any of this ever was a joke.
What's it gonna be? That he actually thinks she's hot, or that like none of that happened?
I don't know, but just first impression, I would have absolutely believed every word of that, right? Okay.
648 was a
That's
little
why I'm asking.
too
Because,
specific.
okay, the number was a bit much, but everything else seemed too specific
Arresting
to be a
him
lie.
if he came on the property, like that's okay.
Disney does that. Oh, Disney does that. If you're like caught underage drinking in Disney, you'll be banned for a year and you're not fucking getting in that shit. Even if you do have the hots for fucking Judy Hopper, like who cares?
Yeah, like that's not illegal.
So this is his secret. I'm scared.
Gonna die. There's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care.
I have never seen Zootopia, not even once. So
That's a lie too. Because I'm like, I might not believe all
Am
the
I being
details
gaslit?
around the last one, but like, that's weird. Like, how would you even know who the character is?
But then people responded, not gonna lie, this makes the whole bit 10 times funnier. Gonna be real awkward if TikTok doesn't get banned. That has 202,000 likes.
There's like
Who
multiple.
cares?
One, the next one says, I feel like I just found out Santa isn't real. And it says 337,000 likes.
Someone says, yeah, no, this one is a lie.
Yeah.
So basically, it's either people that think it's like a huge lie or people think that this isn't a lie and that he was telling the truth in the beginning. I don't think
I
either
don't
is
even
true,
think people
actually.
exactly. I think the first one's exaggerated, and I think this is just a lie. But also, I think that a lot of these people don't really think he's lying. It's like they're playing in on the joke that he's playing in on the joke.
Right. So next we have Carter, who's a Squishmallow collector. You know about Squishmallows?
I do, and I think it's crazy that people collect them because I'm like, that's a lot of stuffed animals.
They are so comfortable. Although I know there's some drama with the creator of them. I don't buy them, but like they're very comfortable.
And they all kind of look the same. There's like different colors.
No, they're like different animals.
I
and
know,
stuff.
but like very slight differences.
No. Oh God, you're gonna get hate from the Squishmallow
Okay, I'm
community.
sorry.
That's not true.
It seems like
don't
a very
generalize a Squishmallow, people.
space-consuming collectible to have.
Anyway, so there's this guy named Carter who collects them, and this one I actually did see on my For You page when this whole trend was hitting because I was like, okay, what's the point? I saw his secret first, and then I went into his content. So we'll look at his content first, but basically what he did was he went to Target a bunch of times or would say, I'm looking for this Squishmallow, and then would go to like 4 different stores to look for them and show you what Squishmallows there were and be like, fuck, it's not here, and then go to the next store.
Are there actually Grinch Squishmallows at Walmart? Because if they're not, you're paying for my gas bill.
Goodbye, Phineas and Ferb. Your father has a date with Destiny. There's only one Walmart in my area, and it's like a 30-minute drive.
I will be listening to the Tyler, the Creator Grinch soundtrack. It goes hard.
Okay, we can't play this because of copyright, but
Took me
he's
about 10
driving there.
minutes to find parking, but we stay hopeful.
I'm greeted with a dancing Santa. I think they're missing a couple letters.
I need to start recording this as a workout
Welcome
because
to
I'm
Walmart.
doing laps. There are 10 Christmas aisles here. He's got to be in one of them.
The only remnants of a Christmas Squishmallow.
I'm debating. Should I go to another Walmart?
I think yes.
This Walmart's by...
This is me trying to find like the hyperfixation food I like, but they don't have it at the first 2 places, so I have to go to the
And
next
you
one.
don't
But everything
film
is so
yourself
far
doing
away.
it either. Missed opportunity.
No,
to
I'm
film
far
it.
too embarrassed to do that, to admit that I'm going that far for something that doesn't matter.
Oh, Santa, we meet again.
I'm not seeing any in the seasonal section. I'm gonna go look at the Squishmallow aisle.
Slim Pickens, okay. They do have Aladdin.
I'm only shaking because I didn't expect this. Who put him back? I'm grateful, but you missed out. There is absolutely nothing that's gonna bring me down.
So I just found out you can actually buy these online at squishmallows.com.
You get it. He hunted for Squishmallows. What do you think his secret could possibly be, Lily?
I don't know.
He runs a coke ring. No, I'm just kidding.
He smuggles drugs in the Squishmallows.
There's worse lies, of course. Like, there definitely is. Don't think that this is all just like stupid fucking lies. Some people went overboard. But this one, I was like, okay, who cares?
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you.
I did not find the Squishmallows in stores. I ordered them online and pretended. I still loved hunting for them.
So you still drove all the places?
You liked creating content around it, which is totally fine. Like, people were entertained. You weren't doing some sort of like...
But so I guess
I don't know.
you
Do
weren't
find
really
that to be
hunting for
bad?
them because you had them. So you just like, I'm going to go to 5 Walmarts and they could have it at the first one,
And
but
plant
I'm
it
just
there.
going to pretend that they didn't.
But apparently he backpedaled, and I think he's the first one to do that. There's a few here that backpedal, either by deleting their secret or by coming back and being like, oh, but like, not a big deal. Oh, I missed this one. Sorry. For the Judy Hopps lover 69, apparently he commented, yeah, but realistically only like 3 or 4 times in
Not
regards
the
to him seeing
200,
Zootopia.
whatever. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Exactly. But anyway, here is back to Carter. This is his backpedal.
I love that now I have to address this because the app didn't go bye-bye. I only started planting Squishmallows when I literally had no new Squishmallows to find. And that only goes for 2 or 3 of my hunt videos. The rest are completely real, so...
wait a second. You said you found them online and you like to hunt for them. Basically, you like to create content, but you ordered them all online. That's what he insinuated.
It was basically like he insinuated that they didn't have him at any of them ever. So he just would go and like look for them anyway, even though he like pretty much knew they weren't going to have them. So then he just had a solution.
Yeah, that may just have been him jumping on the trend and trying to make it seem like an interesting lie, because who gives a fuck about Squishmallows? You know what I mean? And then maybe he's being truthful here, where he's just like, I didn't always lie about the Squishmallows. He's responding in this TikTok to a comment that says, I feel betrayed that you didn't find Squishmallows in stores. To which I say, try going outside.
The only thing I would say is like, if there were other people that collect Squishmallows and he made them think that there was hope they were going to find them in the stores, when in reality, like, they never really have them.
Okay. Yeah. Like if you were looking everywhere for the Grinch one and he made you think that you're going to find it in Walmart when realistically you're probably never going to find it. That's annoying.
But also,
still,
didn't the person, like, didn't he respond to a comment originally saying that someone else found it? Like, that's why he went to a Walmart, is because someone else said they got it in a Walmart?
I think so. Yeah.
Not the most egregious thing.
You know what I mean? Okay, this one we'll skip because honestly, who cares? It's that Joel Melly's dad. You know that guy? I'll show you his face. I just butchered his last name for sure. You know this guy?
Hey, Dad, since everybody loved that Ratatouille skit so much, I was hoping...
No. That was a one-time thing. Absolutely not.
And then his whole secret was that he doesn't have an accent, a New York accent.
That I believe, yeah.
But that's also a lie. That's not true. I don't think.
Oh, that he does have a New York accent?
Yeah. I mean, he just, like,
or like he created this character for his dad to play it when his dad was definitely like in on making the TikToks anyway, so.
And faking a New York accent, even if that was true, which I don't think it is, who gives a shit? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't find that. That's
deep.
why I'm like, we'll skip over that one. Oh, okay. So this one is interesting. Okay. This one I see a lot everywhere. Basically, all over TikTok, there's a girl with a list. Do you know what that means when I just say that sentence?
No.
If somebody were to comment like, oh my God, somebody tell the girl with the list.
I've seen those comments, but I don't know who the girl is.
Okay, well, the girl with the list, we don't know her name. Even her author name on her book says child-free fairy, because her whole thing on social media is creating a list of reasons not to have a kid. So every time there's a video that goes viral, either of somebody describing a horrible birth or something that their kid did, or there's like I don't know, you just see a disaster a kid made.
Does she have
somebody
kids?
will comment, where's the girl with the list? And then she will stitch it and then show herself.
Does she really have kids?
Writing.
Is that the secret?
Well, let's just click on this.
That's really funny, actually.
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care.
It says I was never child-free to begin with. I have a kid and I love her dearly.
Okay, I kind of think that's hilarious.
It says it was all a charade. Now, what I will say is that the picture, I mean, I don't know anything about her. It could be anyone's baby. Yeah. It's also a very young baby, so maybe she had the list and then had a kid anyway. Yeah, there's so many different elements to this. But yeah, this is the one that I see all over social media. People are like, the girl with the list shocked me the most because her whole thing is why not to have children. So the fact that you have a child, it's not surprising. It's just kind of funny.
I think it's hilarious. But also, like, that picture, the fact that she is not visible in it kind of gives, I Googled it to give something to add to it. I bet you she doesn't really have a kid.
Probably not, honestly. Again, I think that there's a decent amount of people that were just like, I need to come up with something to jump on the trend with. So then we have Maddie Monroe, who I guess is someone who accidentally burned her hair. Is this who I think it is? Oh, is that the blonde girl who did that? Oh, no. We're both thinking the same blonde girl with the curling iron.
The straight. Yeah. When it just comes off, that's the only one that sticks out to me. That didn't start on TikTok, though.
No, this is the TikTok that we're referring to. She's playing with a lighter. I've never seen this in my life. She's doing some sort of transition.
Oh my God.
Did that not look fake to you?
I mean, it just was so fast. I wasn't really.
Let me go back. Hold on. I don't know. Something about that looks a little bit fake, but maybe
hair
I'm wrong.
burns weird, so I don't know. I wouldn't have seen that and immediately thought she made, like, if she did, kudos to her After Effects skills.
Right. And then I guess this is her confession that she didn't burn her hair, or I'm confused.
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you.
I lit my hair on fire on purpose. Oh. That's actually insane, girl.
I kind of like that. It's wild, but like that's like alarming because it's like the fact that you'd be willing to do that because like you don't know how that's going to turn out. You don't know if your whole head is going to burst up in flames. But
literally.
Like,
and also just for virality, which is so short-lived, which we talk about all the time on this show, where it's like people just chase that so much that you'd be willing to Literally your whole head could have been on fire. Hair burns so fast. Insane, but okay.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah.
And then also, what do you do with I don't know if she's a creator or what. If you find out that someone's willing to go to those lengths for views and attention, then it's
I
just
guess
like,
it depends on what other kind of content they do.
But it kind of ruins it for me. I'm just like, okay, bye. Like you're kind of weird.
It's mostly like you're crazy.
Right. Okay, so Charlie D'Amelio hopped on this, but not in the traditional sense of using the sound. She just talked and like gave her secret. If you don't know, Charlie D'Amelio was like outed, quote unquote. It was this whole thing. It's so stupid. For vaping, like a few years back, which unfortunately, and I'm not saying it's right by any stretch of the imagination, but unfortunately, a lot of young people vape because that's basically who vaping caters to now. It's like people who wouldn't have smoked before, even though you're supposed to be over 18 to be able to do it, are now doing it because it doesn't smell. They think it's healthier. They think it's cool.
Was it? Because I don't know the original video that she like got exposed for doing it. Was it a vape or was it like a weed pen?
No, it was a vape. Like literally just vaping. Because I remember so many people being like, who cares if she vapes? Like that's not a crime. And so I guess someone in her camp or maybe herself, I will look into it. I'm editing this.
I think she explains, I think, that she doesn't even know where it came up, like who came up with it.
Exactly, yeah. But I think the reason she's saying that is because that was how she described it. And I don't think she remembers who told her to say that, basically.
Somehow as like damage control to be like, it wasn't a vape, it was an anxiety pen.
Charlie never had a vape. That was an anxiety pen. Okay? That's an anxiety pen. So, my girl, Charlie D'Amelio, never vaped a day in her life.
Which I don't even know what that is. An anxiety pen? Okay.
I've heard of them. It's basically something to like help you. I mean, it doesn't do anything, I don't think. Maybe if it does for you, then that's great.
Sorry.
I think it's supposed to like control your breathing.
Oh, just like airflow type of thing or like oral fixation.
Yeah, it's like not like there's nothing in it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is her confession.
While we're here admitting things, if TikTok's going away, it wasn't an anxiety pen. I still to this day don't know who came up with that, but I'm sorry.
Girl, it's fine.
I think that's funny.
That one's funny. It reminds me a lot of you because like you used to lie about smoking weed so much, or like not like you omitted it.
Well, it's funny because I think I've told before that I never did talk about it, and then I got exposed because Tana Mojo uploaded a vlog, and I'm in the background and I'm smoking my weed pen.
Yeah.
And all of the people in the comments though thought I was vaping and smoking like an e-cig, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that.
I'm smoking marijuana.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I think that there is a lot of influencers who don't want you to see, and as they should, honestly, like several aspects of their life, even if it's in regards to, yes, a substance that they use. If they don't want to use it on camera, I get why. Like, it's like, you don't want to show everyone
I do think because like her audience was really young, so
That's
is
what it
like
was.
then perpetuating like, oh, it's cool to vape. It'd be like smoking cigarettes.
I do understand how someone with Charlie D'Amelio's influence can like affect children, but also I think she got caught. She wasn't even like doing it on video. It's not like she was dancing with it in her hand.
But I think there was a lot of backlash, I'm sure, because people are like, kids look up to you. And it would essentially be like if you got caught smoking a cigarette. Because even now I've seen comparisons that a lot of vapes are like worse. It's like the equivalent of smoking several cigarettes.
I think they're both bad. But yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Agreed.
Okay, this one's good. And by good, I mean bad. Hailey Bailey.
Oh,
Remember her?
Jesus.
Not the Little Mermaid. I always get them mixed up too, but that's Halle Bailey.
Yeah, no.
Hailey Bailey is
She's
an influencer.
like the red hairish.
That when did we talk about her?
I don't think we talked about her Met Gala thing, but she got a ton of shit for that because she did like to the sound Let Them Eat Cake.
Let them eat cake.
There's a lot of people who, in general, at the Met Gala and at several award shows, like, people just feel like it's out of touch. You know what I mean? To go to award shows and, I don't know, just kind of like celebrate wealth and status in a state of the world.
Specifically, people were mad. There was like timing issues with her where it was like people were boycotting the Met Gala. And then also she didn't just go, and she did like interview people. So she didn't actually attend, but she was like working there to do like red carpet interviews, I guess. But then specifically why people were mad at her is because she, one, always tries to be like, I'm one of you, kind of, when it's like, no, you're one of them.
She tries to present herself as someone super relatable.
Yeah, but she lives in like this gorgeous, like very expensive apartment and like is not the average person. But then also she did a TikTok in her like quote unquote Met Gala look when like she supposedly didn't. If that's the lie, that'll be crazy if she really did attend. It's that she did a sound to Marie Antoinette, Let Them Eat Cake. And that's like literally like, oh, let the poor people just,
Exactly. It was horrible timing. Everyone was super pissed. She did an apology. It was this whole thing. Hailey Bailey, if you want to ask me personally, I think she should have stayed out of this one because her 2 confessions, yes, she did 2, are 2 things that you couldn't have paid me to put. Like, I would not have
like
posted about.
what are they gonna be?
So the Met Gala one specifically, the Marie Antoinette one, her lie is, I truly had no idea what it meant. I thought it was from a chick flick. She's talking about Let Them Eat Cake.
I totally believe that.
I believe it, but also, bitch, you were dressed as Marie Antoinette. You didn't even Google? You didn't even care at all? Nobody
was
talked
she
about
dressed?
it? Yes, she was. She was dressed as her.
I don't think she knew the significance of that quote. That was a sound that a lot of people on TikTok had done stuff to, but it was the context in which she was doing it that made people upset. It wasn't just that she used the sound. Well, why would you bring it back up?
That was my thing, because the 2 things. So this one's bad. The next one is diabolical. And both are things that she's gotten, quote unquote, canceled for. And mind you, the caption to this TikTok says, maybe we should rethink cancel culture because it's usually not even accurate. It's like, girl, shut up.
Wait, also backing up to like, she was dressed as Marie. I bet you she just searched Marie Antoinette on TikTok for sound and that's what came up and she just didn't think about it.
I totally believe that, but you had to make an apology video, bro.
Well, and she did, and she didn't use that excuse then because I think she knew that would just make her look stupid. So why would you bring it up now? And now you're just gonna like bring it back up so everyone's thinking about it and you're gonna call yourself
literally
stupid?
Dumb as hell.
Weird move.
Yeah. But then she does another one. I doubt this went over well. This got 2 million likes. Actually, maybe it did because I think that there was a mixture again of people being like, uh-oh, this is going to be awkward if TikTok doesn't come back. And then I think that there's a lot of other people who are like, oh, I figured that. Like, I knew that. So I don't know if this was just a fun, cheeky way to bring up lies or weird shit that you've done, but she definitely took advantage of it and then posted another one. Now, do you remember that she was accused of lying about her billionaire boyfriend, William?
Yeah. And like an NDA expiring
and she used that to talk about her abusive relationship with her ex-billionaire boyfriend, William.
Was it around the time of Risa Tisa?
It sure was. And people were like, you're using a trend of people literally being like, who the fuck did I marry or who the fuck did I date to talk about abusive relationships to bring up somebody. And the accusation was at the time that isn't real. Okay, that's what a lot of people thought of because I will show you just one of her many William inspired content pieces, if you will call them that. It's weird, okay, because you could tell that she thinks she's being funny, and I can definitely tell that they're satirical. I could definitely tell that she's not actually dating a billionaire. But the problem is that when you then turn that into, let me talk about this because my NDA expired, and this is the crazy, pretty much abusive shit that he used to do to me, then it gets volatile and weird, and you're
because then you're just making satire out of something that's not funny.
Exactly. And then she deleted that and like disappeared. Well, anyway, let me show you an example of a TikTok she would make about William.
Because you've been watching my vlogs, I've been getting a lot of questions about William recently. So here are the top 7 questions you guys ask about my billionaire boyfriend. William and I have been dating for just under a year. We met when I was walking to work on 5th Avenue. He stopped me and told me I was too beautiful to be working and I needed to be taken care of. I love him.
Yeah,
I live in William's Soho
like
apartment, and just as long as I keep it clean, I can live here rent-free. William doesn't like to tell me what he does for work, but I do know that he created some sort of...
Right? It's obviously satire, which is why she got shit when she posted.
For making it seem like it was real then when she did the abuse part.
Yes, and I'm going to show you, I couldn't find the fucking video anywhere about her like abuse TikTok where she was talking about the NDA expiring, but this is a TikToker that was stitching her.
I'll try and find
it. So I just broke up with my boyfriend William and my non-disclosure agreement just expired.
Okay, you could literally see on the screen that it says like, who the fuck did I date on her TikTok. So yeah, she was definitely going off the back of
She just opportunistic. Yeah, got it.
This week she will be capitalizing off of exploiting women's trauma by taking her I'm Dating a Billionaire series and finally putting it to rest by turning it into one of those coming forward about who I dated series. And this isn't me encouraging any hate onto Hailey Bailey, and I don't even know if the billionaire himself is real or not. But I do know, as someone who grew up in the same hometown as she did, Minnetonka, Minnesota, that she's constantly trying to paint as like this small town in Minnesota, which it absolutely was not. It's one of the richest cities in the state. But because Minnesota is the gossip capital of the entire United States, I was very easily able to get the details and figure out that the math of the story she's telling doesn't quite math, and so it's all getting very suspicious.
She goes on to say basically there is no way, because Hailey Bailey used to be married to a guy in the NFL and the timelines didn't match up to when she said she was dating William. And I'm like, girl, William's not real.
Yeah, I was like, I think we can all deduce that. But
yeah, and again, that is why she got shit. So imagine jumping on this trend just for views, as Haley Bailey always does, and then using it to do this, knowing that the last time he spoke about William, it was to insinuate that he was abusive to follow a trend. And now this is your first time since then even addressing it, and this is what you choose to say. It's insane.
Okay, well, and also, like, the difference between the original ones is, like, that most people could watch and be like, this isn't real. But then the problem with her abuse one is that it seemed much more legit. Like, it didn't feel like satire anymore. It felt like she was being serious.
Exactly.
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you.
It just says William isn't real.
Again, why the fuck would you?
I've never dated a billionaire.
Well, it's like, we know you didn't date a billionaire, but now you're just confirming that you were literally making a story up about abuse to hop on that.
But wait, Lily, you have to read the caption because it says, since a lot of people missed the William reveal posts, I did not see that, this satirical skit was therapy to me and helped me escape an abusive relationship by turning my experiences into something that seemed much less scary. Thank you for helping me laugh, cry, and find myself and my voice. Anyway, so point is,
she brought up 2 of the reasons she's been canceled
in a way that is so dumb, and to me personally makes everything worse, not better. And especially this billionaire boyfriend's like, well, I was being abused in a different relationship and then I talked about it in this way. Well, you have to understand that that's really confusing for people, especially when you sit down and you talk about it and you're just like, okay, my NDA is up. Like, let's really talk about it in a completely different way than you had done previously, which is like an obvious skit, it felt like. It's a strange thing to do personally. I know people, have different outlets and deal with things differently.
You know what?
It's just weird.
It's kind of giving the vibes of Flightless Bird. When,
where it's like, I did go through that. I'm just
exactly,
reliving
but
it
I
for
just
you.
presented it in a way that wasn't very authentic. Before we go any further, we have a word from our sponsor, Hungry Root.
So when it comes to grocery shopping and meal planning, that takes up a lot of time that I currently do not have. So I stopped cooking for a while because it was just too much. And thanks to Hungry Root, I've started back up again because they make this so easy. So they will send you the ingredients you need to make something, right? But that's not all. They will also help you plan those meals. And then when you get them, for instance, if your recipe has like peppers and onions, those peppers and onions were already cut up, came in a little container, super convenient.
I have run into that problem where it's like, okay, and now chop up this. And I'm like, yeah. How do I do that?
Don't really feel like doing that. And all of their recipes can be made in 15 minutes or less. So like, it doesn't even feel like you just cooked, and then there's not a lot of dishes. It's amazing.
And also for when you don't want to cook, they have just store-bought things that you can get in your boxes as well. One of my personal faves that I get is the Belgian Boys like bite-sized pancakes. They're these little puffy. Oh, they're so good.
My kids love those.
Of course they do.
My personal favorite was this lemon pepper chicken with cilantro lime rice. I don't know if that's too much flavor for you to explore on, but I really enjoyed it.
It's a bit much, but I think I could probably handle it. And right now you can take advantage of this exclusive offer where you get 40% off your first box plus a free item in every box for the rest of your life. Just go to hungryroot.com/DWKT and use the code DWKT.
That's hungryroot.com/DWKT with code DWKT to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. Insane deal. Thank you so much to Hungry Root for being an amazing sponsor of this podcast.
And keeping us fed.
Okay, we only have a few more. This one, people lost their shit about, to which I'm like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? This is Kayla May. Kalia? How would you say that?
Kalia.
Kalia May. Okay, period. And she is known as the girl with the ice trays. The girl with the ice, the girl with the fancy ice. Whenever you see somebody talking about the influencers that lied, you're going to hear them talking about the girl with the ice cube trays. And this is the content they're talking about. It says, stocking up my ice drawer.
That's a lot of ice, girlie.
She's got all the special type of ice. This gives the same energy as a Stanley Cup packing.
I mean, I guess if you use them, sure.
Dragon fruit ice. Interesting. What even is that? I don't know what shape that. A flower ice? Rose ice?
The flavored ones make a little more sense to me, but I do love the little. I love the little tiny ones.
Freezer at all.
No. Butterflies. Yeah, no. If it's just normal ice shaped different ways, that feels a little unnecessary. But okay, go off.
Now here's her secret. Brace yourself, Lily. Are you strapped in?
Strapped.
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you.
I never actually used any of those special ice cubes. That's her secret. I don't like ice in my drinks besides coffee.
Again, this is almost as weird as the hair one because I'm like, not as weird because she's not lighting anything on fire and potentially risking her life. But who cares if other people want to use them?
She commented to people who were like, what the fuck? Like, my whole life is a lie. And I'm like,
because you wanted her to be using the ice she made? Like, I'm just concerned that she put that much effort into something she doesn't use.
And there was one person too that did, I guess she used to make like iced coffees, and that was her thing. She would make her iced coffee. And then her secret was, I never drank those iced coffees. And people are like, what the fuck? Then she was like, I don't even like it. Like, it was too sweet. And then in the comments, she was like, well, I gave it to my mom. And so to me, I'm like, well, who gives a fuck who eats the ice? Like, I don't give a shit.
Because it'd be different, I think, like if I suddenly came out and was like, I hate Dr. Pepper.
Right. It feels like, oh, you're a pathological liar.
It's just weird. It's like, why the fuck would you like make up like a personality trait, basically? Hers doesn't feel like that because like, does she even show her personality? Like if she's just showing you ice that she made, it's just like giving people
just aesthetic
ideas.
Ice making,
yeah, whatever.
Who gives a fuck who eats it? Like, I guess it would be if somebody like followed her and like always knew her as the girl who made fucking fancy ice. I guess it's kind of funny that
she's not known as the girl that eats the fancy ice. So I guess why does it matter?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if she prepared drinks with it. Maybe she did that as a side content thing. But I think that she probably made a lot of money off of, you know, aesthetic videos packing ice, to which I say, I don't really care. I don't think kind of harmless.
It's not like a bunch of people were like, I'm drinking that just because she drinks it. It's like, no, if you didn't like it, you wouldn't drink it. So like.
Exactly. I mean, yes, I guess, whatever. Secret,
weird,
but
I'm not harmful, I don't think,
Okay, so this next one is Baby Dumpling, who is a mukbanger. And her secret is not surprising at all, because I feel like that's every mukbanger's secret.
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you.
I don't eat all the food is her secret.
Old news. None of them eat all of the food except
literally.
Nikocado. And that is even more of a concerning thing because then he uses it as like a evil villain way to different level.
I will say, so she's not just a mukbanger. She does like, I don't know if you've seen them, but I've seen them all over my For You page. Just in general, people do these types of things where they go to all you can eat sushi and they tell you how much they were able to eat. And she says something insane, like 60 something, 90 pieces of sushi, which is like, I mean, you don't see her eating each piece. That's the thing, she cuts. But she insinuates that she eats all of it. So when I went to her page, I saw a lot of people going back to those videos and being like, oh my God, so this was all fake? What the fuck? What is the point of that, honestly? Like, why can't you just eat whatever you can eat and then call it a day? Like, why does it have to be?
I mean, obviously, because people think it's more interesting when stuff is more extreme.
Well, that was kind of my overall sentiment of all of these lies, except Haley Bailey's. But like, most of them, I'm just like, you wanted entertaining content. You just wanted a better thing for people to watch. And I think that a lot of maybe people who aren't creators would look at that and be like, wait, but it's not the truth. It's not. And I'm like, well, neither is like TV. Like if you watch reality TV, that's not reality either.
Well, and again, it's like, if it's not like it doesn't change anyone else's life if she's not eating as much sushi as she claims.
Personally, I do feel like maybe this is just a me thing, but watching people that are like objectively like skinny say that they could eat all that food and not gain any weight, like has always made me feel kind of subpar or like just like I don't know.
No,
like,
well, yeah, that's if you look at it from that perspective, I could see why that would piss you off because it's like, how do you stay that skinny?
It doesn't even piss me off. I'm just saying like a different perspective is just like maybe there's a little bit more here than just a harmless secret, but I think she genuinely came from it from like an entertainment standpoint. But anyway, I guess she backpedaled as well.
Hi, my dumplings. I thought it was obvious that it was a joke. I promise I eat all the food. I literally post uncut videos. This is so awkward. It's like telling someone a joke and the joke doesn't land.
Does she post uncut videos?
I guess maybe her actual mukbangs are, but like her sushi ones, for instance, are all cut.
If she does post uncut ones, then I could see this being true.
But again, that's definitely like her saying like, I post uncut videos, not all of your literally it's pinned to her profile, one of the sushi ones.
But so like if she does, she then have a YouTube version maybe that is like the longer one, because it would be like Nikocado coming out and saying like, I don't eat all of it, but it's like, no, we saw you ate all of it.
Because I eat all the food. Everyone's gonna think I'm retracting because the ban got lifted, but I actually plan on making a follow-up video right after. I just got like immediately drunk and went to the bars and like kind of forgot about the whole thing. And when I woke up, the ban got lifted. So I never even experienced the ban on TikTok. The TikTok ban really put things into perspective. So I'm going to be cranking up the content. I'm going to be on YouTube, Snapchat.
Oh, so she is on YouTube.
Instagram, OnlyFans.
Oh.
Kidding.
Oh.
Everyone that defends my honor and defends me and believes in me and believes I eat all the food, I promise you I was just joking. And I love every single person that defends me, my friends, family, and my followers. I love you guys, my dumplings. I'm not going to get into it. I'll make another.
This one, I think I'd have to look more into
Do some
the
more
circumstances.
looking into.
Yeah, because I could absolutely,
Yeah,
when
same.
you said that about the, like, thinking that a skinny person is just, like, could eat all of it and that it makes you feel bad about, like, that, I think it would be totally valid. I think if it's, like, an extreme kind of, like, it was unbelievable that she would eat that much kind of situation, I haven't seen her TikTok, so I don't know how much food she was really eating. But if it was, like, such an extreme that it was, like, obviously she doesn't eat that, then I think it wouldn't matter. But now she's also, I don't know. I would just need to look more into the circumstances here.
So she has 3 pinned videos, which is the max you could do on TikTok. And the top 2 are what she eats at all you can eat sushi. And it's a shit ton of food. And then this is a regular one. I really don't want to listen to her chew. Oh, she's eating like a dessert thing. She doesn't finish all of it, but she finishes, you know, a decent amount.
But there have to be
Whatever,
cuts
fine.
because, like, it's only 2.5 minutes.
Exactly. So let me check her YouTube super quick. Okay, so like a McDonald's mukbang, for instance, will be uncut. Holy shit. She has like 3 quarter pounders.
See, that's,
What
I
the
mean, like,
fuck?
if she
And, like,
really
2
is,
chickens.
it's only 8 minutes though.
Oh yeah, it is only 8 minutes. Does she stop eating?
I feel like it's
No,
not
she
really
cuts.
uncut. Yeah.
Oh, she speeds up.
Oh.
So I guess it is uncut. No, because she only has 2 YouTube videos. Doesn't she? No, she has a bunch. No, the other ones are like shorts. So no, she doesn't have the all you can eat full length because shorts can only be under a minute.
Yeah, there's just 2 of them.
A lot of her content on TikTok isn't full length uncut. So she's like, I post uncut videos.
So it's like maybe
Not
she's
all
done
the
it
time.
twice, but that's it.
I don't know, but those are her like what she posts at the top of her
And
fucking
they're
profile.
a year
Anyway.
ago. We'd have to deeper dive into that, and I don't really care that much. What I think is weird is all the people then backtracking and going, "No, I didn't mean that." And it's like,
Either be a part of the joke and just
Yeah.
be like, fuck it, I just wanted to be a part of the trend, or don't. But what is this?
Yeah.
It's just weird. Anyway, so last we will leave you on Meredith Duxbury, who is most known for caking the fuck out of her face in foundation. And that comes from someone who cakes the fuck out of her face in foundation.
If she's about to say that she doesn't use that much, it's like, but she couldn't have possibly, because if you ever used a little too much foundation, like, it just makes everything look worse, and her makeup always looks good.
Okay, but here's the thing with Meredith Duxbury. You have to know the lore. So obviously, that looks like an insane amount of foundation that no human being could ever look good in. It looks like peanut butter baby. It feels like your eyes would burn. And there was a whole trend of people trying her foundation technique. And although they got it to look like halfway decent, they said it felt horrible. It felt like their entire face was being suffocated. Like, obviously, it looks insane. And every time I saw it, I thought the same thing that I think about that girl who puts on like a shit ton of blush and says that that's like her
Underneath,
secret
yeah.
to looking super flawless.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're doing that for views, obviously.
Yeah.
And then
Like, she wipes it off.
This is where I have an issue, and I definitely have an issue with it. Meredith Duxbury did it. The blush girl does it. They will come back and be like, no, this is what I do. Like, this is genuinely what I do. That's when I start feeling like you're fucking annoying and you're just a liar.
Well, not only are you a liar, but then you're also encouraging people to have to buy so much product, and foundation is so
10
expensive.
pumps of foundation
Yeah.
is insane. That is just ridiculous. And so she would say, this is how I prefer my makeup. She said it a million times. She defended that makeup technique. And then here's her secret.
And she also has done brand deals with foundation brands.
A ton of them. I will say she stopped doing this technique when she became like a model. And then I think that she started going for a more natural look. And then that was her excuse for doing that.
But it was
and so
more
she
like her
hasn't been
full
doing this
glam.
technique for quite a
There's
while.
one more secret I feel I have to share with you.
Her secret is, I did wipe some of those 10 pumps off, ...
Which it's like, yeah, we know, obviously, but like, you lied about it.
You lied. You encouraged people. Literally, again, she encouraged people to try that technique.
Yeah.
She was just like, you try it for yourself. Like, if you don't think that it works, try it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, so apparently she backpedaled or something. It just says she's starting to gaslight now. Let me see.
Get ready with me for my first night out in Paris. My skin has literally been breaking out like crazy, so let's try and cover this. I'm here with me and a bunch of my friends for my 26th birthday.
Actually, that's like my skin on my best day.
Yeah. How am I already
Not
26?
even.
It's also Men's Fashion Week here in Paris. The city feels so busy. A lot of you were asking if I'm dyeing my hair again or if this is the last time. I think for the health of my hair, this needs to be the last time. I feel like being brunette is the best for the health of my hair. So you guys, wiping off the 10 pumps of foundation was a joke. Hence the caption on
Stop.
that video. Half of you definitely won't believe me, but it's fine.
What was her caption, did she say? Hold on.
Which, like, again, like, we know, not that it was a joke. We know that you don't really use that much foundation. You have to wipe it off.
There's no way.
And nothing
again,
would
I'm telling you,
set.
she stands by it being something that was amazing. And I'm like, as someone who's done makeup for so long and on so many different people, and I've tried so many fucking different techniques, you're wrong. You're lying.
As someone with a lot of hyperpigmentation and dark spots, do you know how much foundation I've tried to use to cover it up and it just makes it worse?
Oh, the caption says, or did I? Jesus Christ. What do I have all day to fucking figure it out?
First
Just
of all,
say
no
it.
one reads the captions. I think you should
I
only
think she's
contribute
lying
to this
now.
trend if you can do it in a way
Have the
that's
balls
funny.
to stick by it?
That too. But like
Okay.
in a
And
way that
that.
makes sense. Not that's like, oh, well, I was lying because like, no, you weren't.
Either say the secret or go the fuck away.
Yeah.
I'm so over it. There's zero way, and I do mean genuinely, zero way to not get your foundation to just completely just crack under that kind of, like, if you're putting it all over your eyes and your eyebrows,
It wouldn't
a
set.
nightmare.
It would just like, it wouldn't
No.
look how she looks when her makeup is done.
And she always is rubbing it in and then transitions. So we're talking about the mukbanger and her cuts.
She
always
wipes
cuts
it
and then comes back and she looks
100%
great.
away.
Yeah, 100%. I allegedly 100% believe that she is a fucking liar. And if that's true, she's wild as fuck for saying that a bunch of people should have tried that technique. And I just think that she's weird. Anyway, moving on. All in all, I think Hailey Bailey wins for weirdest liar ever.
Dumbest.
Yeah, super strange, but honestly, I think that for Lily and I, we weren't as
Blown away.
surprised as I think people on TikTok were. Like, I just feel like people who aren't creators are always flabbergasted that anyone would lie, even if it's a white lie, like just for entertainment. People are very confused by that. I have seen my own friends, okay, make videos and I'll watch and I'll be like, that's not a story that happened. That didn't happen. You're lying, but it's for entertainment and it's not something egregious that's like somebody hit me or something crazy like that. It's just them saying something, oh my God, I went to the store today and this happened. You know what I mean? Some people just want to entertain you in one way or another and they do it in interesting ways. And I think that people would be very disturbed if they saw how the internet sausage was made entirely.
Yes.
Alrighty, girlies. Well, I regret to inform you that there are several secrets that were told online that we disappointingly did not react to, and I'm kind of sad about it because one of them was Aspen Ovard, whom we've talked about so much on this show. Specifically, we've talked about her issues with her mother-in-law. She decided to jump on this trend by responding to someone who commented, "Before TikTok gets banned, do you have any more secrets?" And her secret was, "I found out my mother-in-law was crazy at the same time that you guys did." And I feel like we actually speculated on that. We were like, did she find the Reddit where her mother-in-law was posting and then that's how she found out she was crazy? Like, what happened here? So I guess that's not that crazy of a secret, but it would have been nice to react to it because it's like we've talked about her, you know what I'm saying? I don't think our jaws would have dropped per se, but I mean, anyway, things happen and sometimes we don't find shit until after we record it and it's very sad. Okay, anyway, moving on to the next one. Ava Gutowski, otherwise known as My Life as Ava. A lot of you may know her as a lifestyle influencer. That's what she was popular for on YouTube, but she did a very spicy one. Her secret was that she was a sub, or like, you know, when there's a dom and a sub and BDSM and all that good stuff. She says, "I was a sub in a 50 Shades-esque secret situationship with one of the most popular social media stars in 2015 during my family-friendly era, and everyone knows it but y'all. Behind the scenes of filming my little DIY videos, I was getting crazy, OMG." And then she goes on to give a story time because people were like, pardon? I'm gonna need you to elaborate a little bit more, and she did.
So basically, I had to look up the actual timeline on this. I was incorrect in my original video. I said 2015. This was actually early 2016. So early 2016, I had just gotten my braces off. I had my veneers put in. So your girl was feeling grown. She was feeling like a woman, you know? And to this YouTube premiere, it was a movie premiere, and there was a ton of social media stars there, ton of YouTubers. At this movie premiere, I go to the after party, and I went with Tila. And as soon as we walked into the after party, I saw the line for the bar. It was just so long. So I was like, girl, go on without me. I'll wait in line. I'll get you guys, like, I'll get all the group drinks. And immediately this guy approaches me and he's really cute, which was rare for a YouTube event in 2016. Like, y'all know, it was slim pickings out there. So this guy approaches me and he's just being like super forward, being very flirty, like definitely hitting on me, but not in a creepy way, in like a respectful, like good banter type of way. He's like, you look like Pocahontas, like where are you from, blah blah blah. Once we finally got drinks, I realized I had been talking to him for way too long, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get these drinks to my girl Tila. So I was like, I have to go find my friend, and he's like, I would love to take you on a date. How about this week? I was freaking out, y'all, because at the time I was like maybe 21, 22. I was in college, and I was used to dealing with like American college boys, which are not very forward. And the fact that this guy was just like, I want to take you on a date. How's this Friday? Give me your number. I was gagged, y'all. So I give him my number, and lo and behold, he starts texting me the next day, like asking me how the event was, blah, 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 blah. And he plans this full-on date for us. And it was a fancy restaurant, y'all. I'm not going to tell you what it was because it's going to give away. We had a really good dinner. We literally talked for like 3 hours just at this dinner, getting to know each other. I don't want to get banned on TikTok, but let's just say things happen, things unfold, okay? So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. After, he's like, how was that? And y'all, I was crazy. He's like, how was that? And I was like, to be honest, it was a little vanilla. It was a little safe. And he goes, I was hoping you would say that. Give me 1 second. I want to show you something. Bitch, this man walks to his coat closet. Tell me why this man has no furniture. He opens his coat closet filled with apparatuses, things. Y'all know what was in the closet, okay? He's like, I have never used this on anyone, but I want to try it. Would you be down to try it with me? Y'all, this stuff still had the tags on it. Now, y'all know me, and I am always down for the plot. I'm always down for a good story, a good memory in my life. So I look at the stuff in the closet, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. This went on for a couple weeks before he formally asked me to, you know, contractually do the thing. Oftentimes with these things, you'll have rules, you'll have very clear boundaries. And today, it just didn't work out. We both traveled too much for work to make that even possible.
So since she insinuated that the man is not American, a lot of people had guesses, and she would respond when it wasn't that person. But there was 2 names she didn't respond to, and I found that interesting. And that is Marcus Butler, who I have no idea who he is, but here's a picture of him, and Jerome Jarre, which was a weird one for me. I used to be friends with him, and I'm like, I really just don't picture him doing this. Like, this just does not seem up his alley. So my guess is for Marcus Butler. Anyway, I don't really care who she got freaky with, to be honest, but she better work. One of them is from someone named Lexi Hidalgo, and I'm annoyed because I guess I clicked off of her secret. This is the girl I was talking about when I said that she would make coffees and not drink them, and I don't really care about that. Like, if you don't drink the coffees you make, fine. And she says that her mom would drink it, which is a pretty harmless secret to me, but had my dumbass not clicked out of that TikTok, I might have seen that she also says that she only did like half of the workouts that she posted. And that's pretty annoying because she's either naturally skinny or maybe she does work out and just didn't work out when she posted it. But like, it is annoying to come online in your workout gear, try to motivate people, put on screen, you'll be proud of yourself, you could do it, I believe in you, when you're not even doing half of them yourself. That's annoying. Sorry. And it's also just lying. And I think that a lot more workout people do that than you would think. And I just find that insane to admit. But anyway, yeah, fun times. And really, the workout one is the only one that bothered me. And that's the one you missed out on, Lily and I possibly raging over for a bit. But at least you and I got to react to it together, right? Come on. Anyway, don't lie. Okay, bye.
But now time for, again, the best for last. I requested if
best
we could
friend
cover
of the
this.
show, Molly Rutter.
Yes. And actually, Molly kind of fits into a similar, I feel like this is a good segue because she might be participating in some lies.
But actually, though,
Yes.
not a joke.
No.
So who better to visit on our journey to talk about the TikTok ban than Molly Rutter, good friend of the show. Do you want to preface her lore, Lily?
Yeah, well, Molly is known for her dating content on TikTok. I would say extreme things happen to her, but it's usually not even very extreme. She like builds it up like it's gonna be this crazy bomb that she's gonna drop, and it's just like, oh. That's it.
What are you thinking about specifically when you say that?
For example, this I don't think was the ultimate bomb that she dropped, but it was like one of the big ones, was that how dare the guy that she was gonna go on this date with, who ended up standing her up for no reason, apparently, except that seems like maybe there was a few reasons, one of which being she freaked out because he called her love.
Yes.
She was like, how dare you? We haven't even met yet.
So on the walk there, him and I are texting, and he's like, when do you think you'll get there? And I was like, my ETA says 12 minutes later. And then he goes, okay, love. And I go, love? I was like, a bit too soon for that. And he's like, it's just a nickname. I prefer those kind of nicknames to be after I know someone better. Dude, we never even met in person yet, and you're already calling me love?
The reason we covered her, because she was particularly problematic in this scenario, was she made, it wasn't like an outright brand deal, but it was definitely like, speaking from experience, you can tell as an influencer, and even I'm sure other people could tell too, that it wasn't a brand deal, but it was some kind of like exchange where she got invited to go to this haunted whorehouse thing during Halloween, she wanted to make content while she was there. And that was probably the trade-off, is like she got to go tour this haunted house in exchange for her posting about it. God forbid she just post content of her going there. No, she had to make this whole narrative. The narrative being that she was going there on a date. Spoiler alert, you never see any, not even like feet or any, there's no proof she's been on the date, which thinking about it now,
I would
there's
also
never
like
proof
to
that
state
she goes on
about
any
every
of her
date.
dates.
Yeah, I was about to say that is exactly the same with all of her dates. There are so many people that believe that she doesn't actually go on these dates. And it's not like a commentary on her in any way, like, oh, nobody would want to date her. It's just that the way she describes it and the way she presents herself, which is why she was nominated for main character syndrome, I think.
Among other things,
award on her award show. Yeah, a few things. That's because she seems very self-absorbed, and it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that she would make up something just to like have something to say on social media.
And one of my first reactions upon learning about her and the content she does is like, oh my God, that's so many dates to go on. Like, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
But this one in particular, she says that she went on this date to this haunted house and that they got their makeup done. You only ever see her get her makeup done. And she claims that the makeup is zombie inspired. Turns out to her, zombie inspired means that it looks like you've got beaten up. And then she ends the whole thing with her having a black eye and like a busted lip. And this is before she revealed that she got her makeup done. So this is like the cliffhanger she leaves it on, is that she's a black eye, a busted lip, and there's like cop car lights reflecting on her face. She very much paints it as like, I got beat up by my date.
And it wasn't until it was horribly received that she was like, oh my God, I didn't even see how that could be perceived that way.
It was zombie makeup.
But that's the way you wanted it to be perceived.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that was like our main thing in the episode. But we spent a lot of time, if you want to go see it, covering, I think, one specific date that she went on with the guy that was supposed to do her taxes. Was that the same guy?
No, he stood
I think
her
that's the guy that, okay, got it. Sorry, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But we did cover a few of them, so go check out our episode if you haven't already. But there is no shortage of shit that people are annoyed with Molly Rutter over, including but not limited to recently, she was like, remember her whole like Molly gets political thing?
Well, yeah,
she was
when
like, I'm
she
gonna
was
be more political.
And she was swearing off dating men, which has like literally been her entire brand. And now like maybe she would eventually date women, but like in general, she was not gonna date men anymore. Ew. And then she was instead gonna spend her time getting political, which she's never been. It was just like the whole thing was weird and it didn't make sense. I don't know because I don't follow her closely. Did she post a lot less after that?
So she says it now in the TikToks we're gonna watch that yes, essentially her response to Molly gets political is just to post less. I'm like, so Molly just does nothing.
She didn't like do a full pivot to like, I'm only gonna do political content like she said. Like, yeah, she I guess did, but she just like stopped kind of making content. And what's crazy is like, guess what? Then you're not going to get any money if this is your full-time job and you just stop going to work.
Yeah, and that's why we're talking about her today, because right before the TikTok ban, so I would say this is a couple days before it happened, she came onto TikTok and posted this, and I sent it straight to Lily.
It is
straight to her as quick as my fingers could
I
work.
was dying.
TikTok has not sent me my paycheck yet for this month. I normally get paid on the 15th. And it is now the 16th. We're only a few hours away from it being the 17th. And I've not received it. And normally I'll get a notification sometime earlier in the morning on the 15th from TikTok that they've sent the pay. And then I get it at PayPal sometime that day. It varies. Like sometimes I get it quickly. Sometimes it's not till late in the evening that day. But I've always, ever since I've been monetizing on TikTok, I've always gotten my pay on the 15th of the month. And it is now almost the 17th and I still haven't received it. And I called PayPal and I asked them, because thinking maybe there was a hiccup over there, and they said they have no record of receiving it. And so, you know, of course there's a chance that all of this is a glitch, but I can't help but think that something's awfully coincidental that this is happening days before the potential TikTok ban. And so in my head, I'm just thinking the worst, that the ban's gonna happen and then they're not gonna pay me my last paycheck, and like, I'm freaking out. I know for certain there are going to be haters in this comment section who are like, ooh, boo hoo, get a real job.
Right, if Molly has no haters,
I just say, I really hope you find an area of your life to exist where you have empathy for others, that you have empathy for people who are doing something, even if it's unconventional, if it's...
That's not white girl.
Okay.
I can't.
She keeps going, but let me just pause her for 1 second. Like Lily said, if Molly Rutter has no haters, yes, we are dead. RIP to us. But that being besides the point, we are also creators that get paid in what would be considered an unconventional way. Right now is kind of the first time I've ever been paid consistently, like on a date, ever.
Yeah.
Like doing this career.
And I mean, and I have personally talked about how in like 2020, when all of the election stuff and Black Lives Matter was really like ramping up because of all the protests, that was a time that I did stop posting content because it just felt weird. And then I got like too hyper focused on like watching the news all the time. And then I just like didn't really know what to do anymore. Guess what I didn't do? Come online and beg for money.
Oh, well, we're not at that part yet.
Oh,
so
sorry.
we're just at the, you know, come on. She's just telling us innocently
She's
that
just
this has
venting.
happened.
No.
She would never ask us for money.
Of course not.
Thing that makes them happy, brings them a quality of life that they didn't have before. I've been posting way less than normal ever since Trump got elected because I'm just freaking out all the time. I'm like really trying to cope with my own anxiety. I'm also really...
I get it, obviously.
Firsthand.
I get it. But also, people don't get that choice with other jobs.
Exactly.
You can't just not show up. How many times have we filmed? I mean, we filmed the day after, I think, the results. And yeah, it's weird and it doesn't feel great. And there's a lot of shit happening in the world that we have to film anyway, because not only is it our job, but we understand too that there are a lot of people that watch our content to escape from the shit happening in the world. And we understand our role in that and we want to show up. And that's kind of what working is. It's like if somebody expects you to do something and they pay you for it, you got to go do it, girl.
I learned the hard way that it's like, then you don't get paychecks like you used to if you stop making the thing that you were making before. So, and meanwhile, I was trying, like actively finding and doing editing jobs, but it's like, yeah, editing jobs don't pay the same as doing content did. For her to sit here and be like, it's an unconventional job that like some people don't understand, blah, blah. That's no. Also, if you had a looming TikTok ban, you should have already been expecting that from then on, no money from TikTok. So it's like, if this last month is so crucial, then we have a bigger problem, Molly.
So there's a few things there. Yes, I think I texted you that where I'm just like, we had the date for the ban, girl, and we've had it for a hot minute. And like, sure, you could hope that it gets extended, but if that is your main income, then obviously be aware of that. But also, the first thing I did was I asked Alex, I was like, did you get paid from TikTok? He's like, yeah, on the 15th. And I was like, oh, okay, there's some lady saying that they're not paying because of the ban. What I can't understand is this is 2 days late. This is literally less than 48 hours late of a payment. And I get it. It could feel stressful, but that has even happened with YouTube. That is a very, very reputable website that pays on time on the 21st every month. But guess what? Sometimes we've gotten it on the 23rd. Sometimes we've gotten it on the 24th. It's not always cut and dry. There is a grace period for apps that pay out thousands of creators, and it's insane to come on here and do this.
Yeah, the fact that she's being so dramatic about less than 2 days.
We have payments right now that are like 4 months late.
Yeah.
Literally.
It sucks, don't get me wrong. Like I've had things that are a day late and it's like, shit, I really needed that today. But again, first of all, if in 2 days you're also expecting that you're never going to get paid again, that should be what you're really concerned about, not just
you should have been focused on that for months.
Exactly.
First of all, Molly Rutter, based on her views, I would be surprised if she made more than $5,000 a month on TikTok. Like very surprised. And that's like a very conservative number. Like I feel like that would be giving her some leeway there. I feel like she made far less.
Oh, you think she's made less?
Oh yeah, than $5,000 a month? She doesn't get millions of views on her TikToks. Like if you look at her page and what she gets day to day, I mean, when she goes viral, sure, there's a few here and there. But number one, TikTok pays pennies on the freaking view. Like it's horrible.
More recently, they have upped their ad rates, I think, so people are getting paid more.
No, but very little. It's still under $1.
So
like,
what
I
you're
think,
saying,
for most people.
No, I think it's like 125 or something per thousand.
Depends on who you are. There's some people that don't have that.
That's true. But so what you're saying is like she shouldn't have been relying just on this anyway.
It's insanity. I mean, if you're posting every day, then maybe you're making more than that. That's if you're getting hundreds of thousands of views per TikTok. She doesn't get that.
Oh.
So if you look at her latest videos, I just opened her TikTok page. If you look at the latest ones, they have a lot of views, like in the hundreds of thousands. I think one of the ones that we're going to watch is 729,000 views, which again, like I said, she goes viral and then gets a lot of views, but that's not her norm. If we scroll down, she usually is more in the 30,000 range.
And also it looks like a lot of her most recent ones are labeled Vlogmas. So that means that we're in December and we're over halfway through January. So that means that she really hasn't been posting much. It's unfortunate if you're experiencing anxiety and that's why you're not posting. Again, can speak from experience, but it wasn't like, poor me. It was like, shit, I need to figure something out.
There's a few aspects too. She used to be a teacher, so she has that skill, right? And she could always go back to teaching should she need to. But also,
that's hard.
You had prior notice. Most jobs will let you go. Number one, they could let you go the same day, which is fucking insane. But also, let's say a 2-week notice. You had far more than that. You knew that this was coming. My friends that do TikTok for a living knew that this was coming, and most of them do other platforms for a living too, so that it's not all reliant on one, which I highly suggest she does.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's all insane as an influencer to rely on a platform so much and then not plan ahead and then continue to say this, because what she says now is insane.
Trying to cope with the reality that I don't have any control over what happens with this app. And so, yeah, I've not been my best self. And this time of year is always hard for me because around my birthday, I always fucking miss my dead mother and wish she was here. So, yeah, I'm kind of crashing out right now. And I was just on the phone with my therapist, and he told me that it's okay if I ask for help. So, here's me shamelessly asking for help. I've done this before online, and I'm doing it again. Even if you can't help me monetarily, if you want to share this video, because I'm curious if other creators have also not received this week's pay. I just love this community that I've built.
First of all, insane to ask your audience, like, couldn't you have reached out to fellow creators? Or do you not have any creator friends?
Okay, I think that probably is one thing.
Period.
But also,
Yeah,
when your therapist said, like, it's okay to ask for help, I don't think this is what he meant.
I know. When I heard that, I'm like, so your therapist said your payment is 2 days late.
Beg people for money.
Go and ask your followers for money.
Yeah, something tells me that isn't what came out of their mouth.
And again, we are people who have started a GoFundMe, okay? Like, I get it. Sometimes you need to crowdsource and ask your followers if they can help. That it would be amazing if they could help. Granted, that
We
was
also
for
didn't guilt trip them
almost
into
$100,000 lawsuit. Which is, that would have financially ruined everybody involved, but okay.
Yeah. Well, and also then to not only act like, poor me, I've been going through a really hard time because TikTok's leaving. Yeah, I'm sure that is a common sentiment across TikTok, actually, for people that thought it was going away. But then to guilt trip people even more by throwing in, like, it's always hard for me this time of year because of my dead mom. What?
Everybody misses their fucking deceased family members around Christmas. It's, I mean, and it's horrible, and I'm sorry, but like, you cannot use that.
Like, throwing that in there as like another, like, oh, like, but I really need it. It very much tracks with her entire brand, is like, me.
I do get why someone, especially like someone who's a teacher, right? Teachers are notoriously paid a salary that is abysmal, and that I think is just insane that we as a society have just settled for that, and that's fine, and pay them shit. But that being said, I think that TikTok came along and gave her, or like, let's say matched her salary, maybe gave her a little bit more. And she was like, wow, of course I'm gonna go for that because I get to like make my own schedule and all that stuff. And she just got way too comfortable, just lived probably paycheck to paycheck. Cause again, I don't think she's banking off TikTok. Like, I don't think she's making 20 grand in a month or anything crazy like that.
Well,
maybe some months,
I mean, that again, it tracks if she's like freaking out after less than 2 days.
She was waiting for that check, which is like, fine, of course. I have been there and I totally understand living paycheck to paycheck. It's the way many people live. But I have also been there as a creator. There have been many times that nobody, my audience would never have fucking known that. Like, one time I had to borrow $200 from my mom, and I went to Costco and I bought this pack of chicken, and it was like $30 something. And I paid like $100 something total buying just groceries at Costco. And I just sobbed because I was like, it's all gone already. I don't have any more. Like, I don't know what to do. That is a reality that a lot of influencers live because, unfortunately, it's very fickle. There's a lot that comes and goes with being a creator. And I think that now at this point in my life, I'm a lot smarter with saving and things like that. But like, yeah, it could get weird as a creator. Sometimes you're trying to create content for people, but you're really struggling behind the scenes and you don't really know what to do with that. I personally believe the last thing you do with that is ask people for money. Personally, however, I have even given to people on TikTok who are like, they're not influencers per se, but it's like someone who creates content and like their husband lost their job and they don't know how they're going to make it.
If there's some kind of event that was a catalyst for you going through hard times, I think that's different than like the catalyst is that everyone on the app is going through hard times and like doesn't know
and like
what to
your
do.
check is 2 days late. Like, you know what I mean? Does that suck? And do you have every right to feel upset? Yes. Talk about it honestly. I mean, and being Molly Rutter, I wouldn't expect anything less for you to like come on here and tell us how you feel. Fine. But to ask your followers who also, maybe there's some people that aren't struggling, but most people are probably struggling, and then now just feel like, oh, I guess I gotta pay Molly's bills for her. Like, it's very strange.
Have we gotten to that part? Did she drop her Cash App as in her bio or Venmo?
She says that right now, I think, so I'll let it play.
Even just like a kind message would mean the world to me. And my heart goes out to anyone else who's really struggling right now. I really admire people who are able to put on a brave face during times like this, but I'm just not one of those people. I'm too sensitive of a patootie, so... Anyways, I love you guys.
So I guess she did say the Cash App in the bio.
Yeah, I guess we just didn't hear. But she definitely says, like, if you can't offer monetary support after saying, like, please Venmo me.
I'm fucking dead at the top comments. Oh, I thought this was satire. No, honey. No, it's certainly not.
Genuinely, though, it felt like, oh my God, this is the most Molly Rutter coded thing that you could have possibly posted right now.
Now, I will say, this comment that says that's why no one should have made this a career without a backup career, I don't agree with that sentiment entirely, only because I think that a lot of people don't realize how much money can come from social media. And I don't know, again, how much she was making exactly, but since she was a teacher before, I guarantee you it matched her income and probably raised it a bit. And who wouldn't take that if given the opportunity? Before we continue, we really quickly want to thank our next sponsor, and that's ZocDoc.
And if you're unfamiliar, ZocDoc is an app personally that has changed my life. It's a free app and website where you can search and compare high quality in-network doctors and click instantly to book an appointment. I personally had to go for my teeth situation, which is doing great now.
And we're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, literally every category. And if you're not sure what doctor you need to see, you can search by symptom and ZocDoc will help you find them.
And you can also filter by your insurance and obviously your location so you can see who's nearby. And it's super clutch because you don't have to call anyone on the phone. You can book your appointment right on the website and you get to like see their schedule. And usually they're available within 24 to 72 hours.
So stop putting off your doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/DWKT to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/DWKT, ZocDoc.com/DWKT.
And thank you so much to ZocDoc for being an amazing sponsor of this podcast.
And we've talked about, like, even if we weren't doing this podcast right now, which we're very privileged to be able to do and have it be doing well and, like, not be living paycheck to paycheck, as I was literally 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But even 2 years ago, I didn't just, like, completely stop working. I don't like that, like, oh, we should have had a backup career, assuming that, like, everyone on social media is just this untalented person that, like, fell into this and it's not a real job. It is a real job. And I also think, as we've talked about, that if we weren't doing the podcast, we could easily be finding jobs, not necessarily easily, but we could find jobs in the same industry.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you aren't making your own content, but you could help other people and get jobs producing or working in marketing or something like that. But the thing here is that Molly, again, knew the ban was coming, but seemingly is like blindsided by it.
So apparently Molly went live before the ban. I did not see this yet, so let's take a gander.
Each of them and downloading them to my computer just in the case that like the server goes down. I don't know. But no, I did not get paid yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just a mess. I'm an absolute mess. A ticket with TikTok. That's all I've done as far as not getting paid. And there's not really anything else I can do.
Wayne, you called PayPal, I guess.
People have gotten paid. Some have, some haven't.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Riveting live. Amazing.
I always am like,
quality
I hate when
content.
people just, like,
She
eat
deserves
on
her
live and, like,
paycheck
don't
now,
talk.
TikTok. Look at the content she's giving to you.
Is it still lagging?
No.
How would we know? You haven't even talked.
You're just
so
staring.
if people are here to be rude, I'm not gonna stay on the live.
Not her responding to you.
But also, like, if
That
you're here
was
to be
scary.
rude, I'm gonna leave. Okay, well, how dare you withhold such riveting content from us?
I'm probably gonna give it 5 more minutes, but if the comment section doesn't get better, I'm leaving. I can't handle it right now. I'm not in a good place.
That is not gonna help.
Like, I wanted to be on here so I could connect with people on this app who I'm gonna miss. So if you're not here for that, please fuck off and get out of here.
Can I share a pet peeve?
Absolutely, please.
So this doesn't apply to everyone that says it, because sometimes it doesn't bother me at all. But when people go on this app.
What is the correct verbiage?
Like to refer to like on TikTok or like
that's so random.
It bugs the shit out of me. And I don't know why. Because also they usually will repost it on Instagram too. So I'm like, well, which app are you referring to? It's always like on this app, almost as if they're like not supposed to say TikTok. I don't know. Something about it just bugs the shit out of me. And this was a perfect example.
Interesting. But anyway, she goes on and she did not get off. So I guess the comment section got better because she was live for I think a total of an hour and a half. So slay Molly Rutter. Anyway, TikTok was banned. And listen, I completely understand because again, I have friends that are TikTokers and that yes, they have other platforms that they post on, but TikTok is their biggest income. That's not something to just be like, oh, okay, whatever.
You can express being stressed, being upset about it. That's not the problem here.
No. And I understand even like people were getting so frustrated with like creators that were crying. Why? TikTok has built like an insane community. Like if YouTube was going away, I would sob. Genuinely. It would completely destroy me.
Absolute mess.
So I just want to be clear that I don't think it's weird that she was devastated that TikTok was going away. I think that makes total sense. And even people who were just like consumers of TikTok, like myself. I didn't cry, but I was quite frustrated and I had a really bad night. Okay, if you must know. Like it
felt very surreal and just like frustrating because it seems like it was just for reasons that are not even legitimate. Like the government was being fucking like, well, look what we can do.
Yeah. But then TikTok came back just a few hours later and this is her comeback post.
All right, we're so back. I'm extremely emotionally hungover, as you can tell by the eye bags. Update about the live payment thing.
Did where you were crying.
Once I found out this app was open again, I immediately went and checked my payment information. I still have not received my payout. But I discovered something. I was fucking hacked. Someone put in their own PayPal information, was sending my live rewards and my last payout to them. So I went on, I added two-step verification to my account. I changed all my passwords.
You added two-step, you didn't have two-step.
Yeah, okay. Weird move that you didn't already have that.
I thought that was required for TikTok. Please note, audio listeners, there are 0 receipts that will be presented on this TikTok. Okay.
Passwords, and I deleted the unknown device. Guess where the unknown device was? Turkey? What? Turkish people, I love you. How could a Turkish person do me dirty like that? What? So I filed another ticket with TikTok about it, and I also contacted PayPal. And PayPal told me that normally they would just have me resolve this with TikTok, but since I haven't heard back from them, they're also filing a report on their end, and they're going to contact me in 24 to 48 hours and request more information from me. The thing is about this fucking hacker asshole dickhead piece of shit that they sent the money to their PayPal, which actually makes this easier to resolve because that's very easy to track down. I have a transaction ID, I have the exact dollar amounts, and I have the first 3 and last 3 characters of their email address, bitch. So even PayPal said if I don't hear back from TikTok, they're going to help me resolve it. And hopefully TikTok resolves it as soon as possible. But we are so back. We are so here. And fuck that piece of shit.
So many things, but first, oh God, aggressive. Working backwards. The first 3 and last 3 characters of her email address. I sent this to Jesse earlier. I was like, you mean last 3? So like com?
Yeah, I was about to say, so like just the website. I've got the com you used, you dumb bitch.
Oh my God. So weird thing to, maybe she misspoke, except the other huge glaring problem here that the comments very not gently told her is that Turkey apparently hasn't had PayPal available since 2016.
Interesting fact. Honestly. And I would say relevant.
Fascinating.
Because
I would say that's pretty relevant, especially if she contacted TikTok and they said they were going to resolve it for her, because that seems weird.
No. She contacted TikTok, but PayPal said they were going to resolve it for her. And as someone who has been scammed, not through PayPal, but through Venmo, and I think they're all one and the same. Let me tell you something, girly pop. They ain't going to help you for shit. Okay? They are not going to help you at all. And they're certainly not going to give you your money back because all of those sites basically operate on a, listen, if you send this money, you sent it, girly pop. Like if you like transferred it, too bad.
This reminds me of the situation with Rug Lady because remember when she said she was hacked?
Oh yes.
Same kind of thing. Like, she said she like clicked on a phishing link basically. Molly doesn't even explain how she got hacked aside from like someone just guessed her password.
So you didn't get a fucking email that said your account has been logged into? There's so many holes here. Number one, she doesn't show any receipts. So that's a big thing. And she knows people are going to call her a liar. You're also lying for sure because if it linked to a PayPal account in Turkey and there's no PayPal in Turkey, then that's just simply not possible.
Well, not only is it not possible, but then also PayPal wouldn't have been like, yeah, we're going to figure it out.
Yes, 100. They would have been like, girl, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Also, if she is lying, very weird to pin it on Turkey, I must say.
I'm like, of all the places, you picked one that literally doesn't have, like, do your research at least first. Speaking of receipts, though, going back to when I did the 2 videos for Megan when she had her whole hacking situation with YouTube.
Yeah.
She had plenty of receipts, which was like a dream come true for me. I'm like, ooh, assets. We're going to put them everywhere. She had receipts that showed her email. It was like 20 emails in a row where it's like, this has been changed. This has been changed.
Yeah.
We changed this. Guess what we're not seeing from Molly?
Yeah.
Any proof at all.
Yeah, and she was obviously called out for that and hasn't responded to those accusations. Weird. So it's like, okay.
It's almost like she doesn't have any.
My thing is, though, why would she lie? Like, I'm not saying she wouldn't. I'm saying, what is her motive for lying here, just to make sense of it all?
Well, so this is the thing. What was she lying about? Was she lying about getting her paycheck late because she needed money and like that was the only thing that made sense? Basically, she used the TikTok ban as an excuse why she wouldn't have gotten her paycheck, but like she did get her paycheck. She just still needed money.
Or do you think that was genuine, that she didn't get her paycheck, she was panicking, and then probably got it and felt stupid, and so many people had already given her money, and what are you gonna do? Give back the money when you got your paycheck and people gave you money? I feel like she would have to say something that's like, I don't have that money, and so people who gave me money were just like helping me essentially, and I still needed their help.
Wait a second. Does she say she did get paid?
No, she says that now she's like submitting the ticket and all that stuff, but this whole thing that she's presenting...
But doesn't she start it all out saying that she was...
No, she said we're so back. Like, just like, oh, we're back and TikTok's back.
I felt like she does say that she did receive...
No, she didn't. Well, how would she have received it? It's in Turkey.
Well, that's why I was going to say that's another hole in the story.
No, she didn't. But also, like, I just feel like maybe she's doing this, if it's really not true, which I mean, I wouldn't be completely shocked by, I think that she would be doing this because if she really was just impatient and was like, I didn't get paid, I need help, and then got help, and then got paid like less than a few hours after
then it's like, okay, well then give us your money back.
Exactly.
Or give us the
I
money
think
back.
that would have been the response, and she maybe wants to keep it all. And so she's like, oh,
I mean, that makes sense too. I guess for me, it's just like, what level, like where did the lie start? But there's a lie somewhere. At least at the fact that no one hacked her account because it was not someone from Turkey.
Okay, but do you think that there's any possible way that she could be telling the truth and there's something on PayPal that said Turkey, but it was like mistaken? Do you think she's 100%
The only
lying,
explanation,
allegedly?
which like even for example, I know a lot of people were suggesting that you could still use TikTok if you accessed via a VPN, which like changes.
Oh yeah, I
your
know. I did that
IP
to
address.
download
It
Astrovino
didn't work.
TikToks.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't for me.
Oh, I didn't do it on my phone. I did it on my desktop. So maybe that makes a difference. Oh, you did too? Oh,
Yeah,
no, that's how I downloaded Astrovino's TikToks when it had been banned.
Oh, I don't know. I did it for Canada. They weren't.
Yeah, I did it for Canada too, for Toronto.
What the fuck?
Did you use
No,
NordVPN?
mine didn't work at all. No, it was Proton VPN.
Oh, so maybe it depends on which VPN you use. But yeah, mine worked. I do think, though, that if TikTok was banned, that's illegal, that activity. So my bad.
Oh, it probably is,
Yeah.
but...
Sorry about that.
Well, no, but I saw several people say that the VPNs didn't work for them. So it's interesting that it worked for you. Because I was
Okay.
going to say maybe it was someone that was in Turkey and that's why it showed up that they were doing it on their phone that was supposedly in
but she's
Turkey,
saying
but
I
they
see
were
the
using a
transaction
VPN.
ID.
But then maybe they used the VPN when they used the PayPal account and it was like
maybe
an American PayPal account that then
that
went
could be.
to a Turkey phone. Maybe, but like it's weird.
It's looking weird.
It's a lot.
looking very
Yeah.
weird. And also it's extra fucking weird that
she got
everybody
hacked right
called her
before
out
the
for
ban
this
and
she hasn't said shit.
If someone called me out for this, I would come with every receipt I could possibly have.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, well, if they don't have PayPal in Turkey, then why the fuck is this saying that he has a PayPal in Turkey?
I'd be like, please explain it to me because I don't understand.
She moved on to like Trump's inauguration.
That,
and it's like, girl, back to chapter 1, please. We beg. But it would fall in line with the theory that many have about Molly Rutter, which is that she lies about literally everything, including every date she's ever been on, allegedly, of course. And if that is true, then she's just a fucking liar. So it's like,
well, and that all of the lies seem to be money motivated as well.
Yeah, but also it's just, it makes more sense that she was genuinely stressed. She didn't get paid on time, got paid shortly after that, felt embarrassed, and was just like, oopsie poopsie.
I don't think it's that
got
she
hacked
felt
in Turkey.
embarrassed.
She just knew she couldn't get away with it.
Exactly. I'm like, she should have still been embarrassed. It's that she then was like, didn't know what to do when people were like, oh, well, like people are going to keep asking, did you get paid? Because she made such a big deal about it. And she wanted to be able to say no, but she needed a reason that she could say no.
Got you. Yeah. No, I do agree with that. Let us know your Molly Rutter theories in the comments below. But that's pretty much it. She just begged her followers for money, crashed out a bit, and is back in action, baby. So you can find her now on TikTok.com/Molly
Fuck you,
Rutter.
hacker dickhead shit. Fuck. Like, what the calm down. not her being like, I love Turkish people. How could they do this to me?
Literally the whole, it's too much. It's like when someone lies and they tell you too many details. And
That's
you're just
exactly what she's doing.
You're suspicious.
Hey girlies, we do have an update on Molly Rutter, and no, she has not received her paycheck yet, and in fact, she will not be receiving any more paychecks, it appears, because she posted this.
Hi guys, I just want to let you know that I just got a notification that TikTok has disqualified me from the Creator Rewards program, that I have violated community guidelines, but they have not specified which community guidelines I have violated. I have a feeling that I was disqualified either because they're unwilling to resolve the payment that I'm owed, or maybe the fact that I've been open and political on here. I'm sure we've all been hearing that creators have been getting censored on here for being open about their political views. So I don't know if that's a reason. I might never find out the reason why, but that means that all of my income I should have gotten from last month, and that means that all of the income I should be receiving from this next month from these videos that I've had that have gone viral, I'm not going to be receiving the payment for, because it says that I can reapply on February 22nd. All this is to say that I will now be permanently deleting this platform. I am planning to export the last bit of my data just to make sure I have everything, and I will be completely pivoting to YouTube. I'll still maintain my Instagram account, but as you probably know, I'm not super active on there. So if you want to continue seeing me, if you've been a longtime supporter of me, I would really, really appreciate if you went over and subscribed to me over there. I'm also sharing this story to raise awareness to any other creators out there who are posting on this platform, just so you're aware something may happen to others as well. I hope everyone's doing the best they can to protect themselves. And yeah, see you guys over on YouTube. I'll probably be deleting this account within the next 24 hours or so. Basically, whenever I get the confirmation that I've received my data, I'm just getting rid of this app.
So, a couple things. One, I don't think it's because you've been overly political, Molly. Like, you haven't been that political. I've seen far more political and they're not demonetized. So, I think it might have something to do with the fact that you were begging your followers for money. Because I have heard before, and this is just alleged, I don't know for sure, but I have heard that you're not allowed to crowdfund on TikTok. Again, I don't know how true that is, but that could be why. But separately, we have seen that a couple other creators have been demonetized, one of which was friend of the show, Michelle the Bartender. Not sure why she got demonetized. Her only video that she had flagged, I guess, was like involving her son, but like not anything weird like she has posted before. And then I know there's also a creator named Brielle who got demonetized, and we're not really sure there. I think she implies that it's for political reasons, but again, I don't think that's Molly's issue. Anyway, you heard Molly though. She is, leaving this app, TikTok. She's leaving it for good, even though she can reapply for monetization in February, which I'm gonna guess she's probably gonna do. But according to her, she's deleting it and never coming back. She's permanently gone. So go follow her on YouTube if you want to see more Molly content. Anyway, that's it. Back to us. Bye.
But anyway, we love the internet, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
I thought my last We Love the Internet was going to be my last one ever, and it sure wasn't. So
and I was like,
go.
Are you glad TikTok is back?
Yes, I am. Okay, mine. Do you like Jack Black?
Yeah, I think he's funny. I'm not like blown away by how hilarious he is, but like I like him.
I saw this post from Daily Mail Australia where it says Jack Black tries to scare off the paparazzi on Gold Coast Beach.
Okay, this will be funny.
Thanks for stopping all of those people. You know I'm recording.
The guy says, I'm recording, and Jack Black's like, oop, gotta go, while literally trying to do kung fu. It's obviously a joke. Which again, speaking of obvious jokes, look at the fucking comments. Wait, okay, some people got it. There was so many when I last checked, but most of them I guess have fallen. There was people calling him out for being like, I don't know, like unprofessional. I guess because this one comment says, for the people saying he's being unprofessional, he's at the beach, but also he's just being Jack Black. He's not doing anything I wouldn't expect him to.
I was gonna say, I don't think that all of Jack Black's humor is like, it's not usually my brand. It's like a little too extreme, but like this is hilarious. Funny. Like this is him being so
you
typical
know
Jack
what's
Black.
Extreme and what if he would have done, would I have chuckled? Yes, but would have been wrong? Yes. You know that one guy at like the abortion, you know what I'm talking about? The abortion guy who's like,
no.
Basically if someone gets SA'd, do they have the right to abort? And then the lady says no. You don't know what I'm talking about? Shut the fuck.
No
That
clue.
is one of my favorite videos ever. Let me find it. Do we love the internet?
Go for it.
Okay, ready?
I'm a 16-year-old and I can't have this baby. Think you should keep it?
It's a baby.
If someone is raped and she gave birth and she decided to kill her 3-year-old child.
Oh my god, it was an edit. Sorry. It wasn't supposed to be an edit. I thought I had found the full video. I mean, that's pretty much the end of it because he roundhouse
trying to compare it to murdering a
And
3-year-old
then it just
is
falls.
like, fuck off.
Also, it's just so funny how when he's asking the question, he's like gearing up for the roundhouse kick.
He's like, I know this is going to go exactly how I'm anticipating.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That gave the same energy as Jack Black, but less violent.
Oh my god, okay. Have you ever seen the girl that she does like an East Coast accent and she calls people and like doesn't say who it is and she just starts talking to them as if they're like old pals and they don't ask who it is?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh my god. Okay. The caption is calling random East Coast numbers to see how long they'll chat with a stranger.
Hello?
Hey, you.
Hello?
Hey, you. How you doing?
Oh, good. I can't hear you. We're having a torrential rain and thunder and lightning storm, so
Well, I wanted to check in. I heard you guys are getting buckets of rain.
I couldn't believe it. I was over Emily's for a minute. I ran into the house, and it was dripping off me.
It's just like last summer. Remember all that?
Yeah.
Did you end up having any flooding in your basement or anything?
No, last October, I had to get a new sump pump, but that took care of it.
Was that costly?
No, was it like $100 and some dollars?
Okay, not bad, not bad. Are you going back to Emily's?
No, I'm not going back
No.
over Emily's tonight.
You're staying cozy, are you?
Oh, yeah. I'm staying here.
And what's for supper tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing? What do you mean nothing?
I stopped at McDonald's and got a chicken burger.
Oh, you bad girl, did ya?
Yeah.
Did you get fries?
Oh, of course you get fries.
All right, well, I just wanted to check in, and you stay dry tonight, will ya?
Oh, I will. I will.
Okay, we'll be talking.
Have a good one.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
I think that's fake.
Never says who it
I
is.
think
Never
that's
asks.
fake.
She has tons of them. They could all be fake, but they're so
you know,
funny.
it's harmless, and if it is fake, you know, slay. The only thing that I could think that would make it not fake is if the people are giving her the numbers to call and they give her information that would make sense. Like, hey, she has a daughter named Emily or something, and then she could use that name.
That could be it too. And maybe there is more context that aren't included in the TikToks because she's like a radio, like she has like a show. That
If she has a show she does, it's definitely fake. My stepdad used to fake prank calls all the time. It's actually the other day my dad found a call from my stepdad's old radio show, and it was how we were able to hear my grandma's voice because she used to fake prank call for him all the time. So then like I saw it and I was like, oh my god, wait, like I hadn't heard her voice in so long, and she used to fake the prank calls for him. So
well,
it does happen.
That's sweet. I knew someone that used to work for Kiss FM, and she used to ask us all the time if we would.
It's
do
usually
this.
fake.
I'm like, I have to work.
But anyway, that was funny regardless. Anyway, if you guys made it to the end of the episode, we appreciate you very much. And as always, we hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Bye, guys.
Cheers.